But I have a love-hate relationship with stand-up because I think that's the only thing that makes me a bit anxious. And because I'm confident with everything else, like I can be on TV, they're like, we're going live on 3, 2, 1.
And you're in
my head, I'm like, la, 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 la. I'm not bothered. Yeah. But before I stand up, I'm like, I get those feelings and I'm like, I get really anxious and I'm like, oh my God, I hope someone turns up.
What is it, the crowd or?
Yeah, like, what the crowd are going to be like. Yeah. Like I remember once I was in Edinburgh Fringe and it was like the first time and I come out and it's all like old white men, like over like 60. I'm like most of my jokes you're not going to get. You're not even going to understand what I'm saying, because of my slang and the way I speak. So like you think about that, you think, are they going to find it funny? You know, I get nervous a bit, but once I overcome that, once I'm on stage, it's a different story. Game on, I'm good. But yeah, because I get a little bit anxious, and also if I had to be true to myself, even though I know I can be so successful at it, inshallah, if Allah wills, but it's not. It's like the vlogging thing again. It's something that I know I could be good at, like really good at, but I feel like I would rather just do like movies and be on TV and do those kind of things. But never say never, because my manager, even though he's like 3'1", he's very persistent, very powerful with his words. It could be definitely, and honestly, I've had amazing experience with stand-up, and everyone's telling me, they're like, bro, you're like, a lot of people are like, you're funnier in your stand-up than even in the videos. And I'm like, oh, that's a big compliment. Or he's kind of cussing my content. I don't know, but either way, like it's still positive, I guess. So yeah, something that I probably will do, but I don't know when. I have to kind of really think about it. Find your
feet with that.
Yeah.
So Humza.
Yes.
Humza Arshad MBE.
This is true.
How did that all come about? Because that's an honor and achievement in itself.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. I do a lot of work with communities, with charities, with the police, with the mayor's office, in helping young kids, and we do even content that I create with on YouTube. That help people who are going through like mental health or touching on bullying or Islamophobia and stuff like that, just really giving back to the community. And I did a lot of work with the police where we would like we would tour all around the country to all these schools. I'd be like doing like 3-4 a day, 500-600 kids at a time. It sounds wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Or like assembly sort of things.
Yeah, assemblies. And like it was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, but it was so rewarding because we knew, I knew I was giving back and I was, trying to make a difference. And I also wanted to really like play on the fact that I feel like, I know this is a bit of a mad one, but I feel like, after 9/11, like everyone was kind of looking at all the Muslims like, like apologize first. And second of all, like, oh, what are you going to do now to, like contribute to the community and stuff like that. And I felt like a lot of Muslims who are in the field were a bit scared to kind of maybe talk about certain topics. But I wasn't really scared, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go out and knowing that I'm kind of showing that as a Muslim, I'm doing my part in the community, and I'm trying to make a difference, and I'm trying to get the integration going and educating, and cut a long story short, they said that I'm gonna get an MBE, and I brought my mum.
How did they tell you that though? Do they email you, phone you? What's the process look like?
I remember my manager living life in Dubai.
Yeah.
And there I am in a shed playing Ludo with a few friends.
Yeah.
And he called me and he was like, guess what? And I'm like, what? And he's like, your name's changed. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, it's now Humza Arshad MBE. And I was like, oh shit. And they obviously, I mean, I don't know what the process was, but they obviously were aware of what I do. And to be honest, I've actually met a lot of people don't know this, but I've met Prince Harry. I've met Prince William. I've met Prince Charles loads of times. Like once he like flew me out and like 10 other people to like have lunch with him, like in a kind of like room bigger than this, and it was like a table, and yeah, like it's really weird, like like
that's crazy experiences.
Yeah,
though.
the king knows me. Like I've chilled with the king quite a few times. Like obviously with other people, it's not just me and him. Like a shisha lounge. Saying, what you say? Like can you do hoops, Charles? Like not like that. But yeah, so it was really special. I took my mum. Yeah, I was waiting for her to say, I'm proud of you, but she didn't. She was just like, I'm hungry. We're going to eat. And I was like, all right, cool. It's incredible. It's incredible to say that I've been, that all the work that I've put in, don't really expect a reward from it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not why you do it.
Yeah.
But to be,
it's almost like a bonus, would you say? Or
yeah, it's just nice. It's nice. Like when you have to be kind to people, you have to be kind. But if someone turns around and say, "Oh, you're kind, bro. Like you're a really nice guy, mashallah. Keep it up." You'd be like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah,
and that's what it was.
Yeah, okay.
That was an MBE. It was a medal, and yeah, it was free.
Nah, still sick, man. Mashallah.
Yeah.
Hamza, I've got one last question for you.
Cool.
I know I've asked you many questions on this.
Yeah, you said one last
probably
innit?
past 20 times.
Allah's watching and hearing. Yeah, again.
What would you say if you could go back and meet the 25-year-old Hamza who just started out? Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say to him?
Don't go out with this girl. Don't go out with that guy. Don't snog this goody. Oh man. I don't.